Cool, I'm recording now. Great. So you've got your autoresponders here that you can add in, and that will be available there. Now, for the white label webinar and the agency webinars that are happening, they'll be happening next week. So look out for that notification. Now, if you did get agency, you did get white label, you want to learn how to use this with white label, you want to learn how to use this with, 1 second, I'm just being interrupted. I'm in a hotel, so, hey, sure, yeah, go for it. Cool. So if you do want to use these autoresponders, you can. In about 2-3 weeks time, we're hoping to have a few more added in, and you'll be able to do that. Now the dashboard here, this is where you start a webinar. So let's go through the process of actually creating a webinar through this, and then after that I'll be able to go through with you how to make money with this, how I see you making money with it, and how that all works as well. Now, will you be talking about PayPal boxes? Yes, I can show you a bit about PayPal as well. Now, PayPal isn't my friend at the moment. I actually had a PayPal account of mine limited, which means that PayPal won't let me actually sell anything. So that's not ideal, but we'll go through that later on. So first of all, to create a webinar, we create a webinar through here. We tick recording if we want to record it, and we click Save Webinar. Pretty standard. Now you can see here we've got new templates that have been added. We've got 10 of them right now. There's still another 4 that we need to add in. So look out for those. Those will be coming very soon. And my developer is working really hard to get all of these added in 100% for those that got access to OTO1. Cool. So that's all there. Now what we'll do is we'll select the template, we'll click next step, and we'll go through and we'll actually create a webinar. Now you've probably done this yourself already. Hopefully you have. As you can see, it's all responsive. It all updates immediately. So as you can see, you can update the text components here. You can update the media components here. You can upload your own logos. So you just go browse, and you can browse through some of the logos that you might want. We'll go through, and we'll just grab a logo. Run a Webinar Dash is one of the logos that I've got. Here it is. We'll just grab one of my other logos. One moment. Now, there we are. We'll just grab this. We'll open it, and it'll actually upload the logo and update it. So you can update the logo and all of that as well. And there's a new white label change we're adding in as well. I'll describe that very soon. Then you can add your thank you page. Now the thank you page is where people will actually go after becoming a subscriber of yours. So they'll go to a thank you link. So it might be a download, or it could be anything like that. Then you've got the webinar logout page, which is a sales page. You can actually send people to a sales page. So it might be run a webinar.net/special1. Then you've got your social components as well. So you can add in a social component, and you can add in other social media components such as Twitter and Google Plus as well. Now once you've done that, click next step. Then we're into the settings. Now first of all, choose the date of your webinar. So you might choose the 13th, for example. We might run the webinar at 8, and it might be 8 o'clock. We click done. It's going to run the webinar at 8 o'clock. We can then add in a description. Then we can add in an email prior, so 2 hours before, 1 hour before, and this is if you've actually got the upgrade, and 30 minutes before. Now these emails here will actually include the join link with them. All right, so they'll actually get the join link 2 hours, 1 hour, and 30 minutes out. Now the webinar logout page, that's where people go after they've actually logged off the webinar. So once the webinar's over, that's the page that they'll go to. What is recommended size for logo? I believe it's about 170 by 30 pixels. So 170 wide by 30 high. Now the first email that people get will not include the join link, but the emails after that should include the join link. We'll go through that and I'll show you that. Okay, join in 2 hours. And if you're not seeing that, then email support and we'll be able to help. Now, I'm just doing some examples now. So this is the type of stuff you might type. We're going to have templates added here very soon. And then you've got the PayPal option here. You can add your client ID, your secret key, and then enter an amount, and you can actually charge people before they get onto the webinar. Click Finish when you're done, and our webinar is finished. Now from here, you've got a registration link that you can email out to your subscribers. So you might email this out to people that are wanting to run a webinar. You might email that out to people that, or might advertise it to people, and they can actually sign up through this as well. So you could say, they could say sambecker@gmail.com, and they could join that link, join through that. Now, once they've joined, what's going to happen, if I log into my email account, I'll just log into my email account to show you what it looks like. And I'll just use a different email because I've got another email account open right now. Cool. So first of all, here is the first email you'll receive. So it's welcome to the webinar. You've signed up successfully. This is what people will receive after they've successfully signed up. Right? 8 p.m. EST time, 13th of April on Wednesday. Now what will happen is if I actually go and I start the webinar, and what I'll do is I'll get you to register as well. So you can actually register for yourself. Now, if you want to register, we'll get we'll do that after, actually. We'll do that in a bit. So basically, you can go ahead, you can get people to register for this, and then when you're ready, click Start the Webinar. And you can start the webinar early, even if it's not the exact time, 8 p.m., for example. You can actually start the webinar early. Now, be warned, though. When you start this webinar early, it's going to send out notification emails to people with the join link. So when you start, it's going to say that you've started the webinar. All right, so it's a bit different to GoToWebinar, for example. It's actually now going to email out the join link, and it's going to include that here. So people now have the join link. So for me, if I'm watching this webinar, I now have a join link that I can now subscribe with. So the webinar is being set up. We're actually going in. We're starting our webinar right now. Cool. It's going to ask us to verify our audio. Share selected device. Choose the device you're using, and then click Share selected device. Do an audio test. So you can hear what the audio is going to sound like. So for me, it's echoing. So I can hear what my audio is going to sound like. If I'm happy with it, then I click yes. And now the webinar has begun. Now, my people, only a few people or only presenters will actually see this panel here. Everyone else on the webinar will see this, and they'll see this here. Now, the next step is to either share your webcam. All right, you can share your webcam if you want to. It's very easy to do. Click Allow, go and open, click Allow, and here I am. So you can see me, and you can now share yourself on your screen if you wanted to. Now, you can click Start Sharing, and after that, it'll actually start sharing this webcam. Now, the webcam itself will only be available, it'll only be seen if you're on this panel right here. Once you scroll away, it won't be. You can also close it down by clicking on this, or you can close it down by clicking on the cross here, and that'll actually close the webcam down. So if you only want you to, if you only want to introduce yourself, you can show that. You can also share the screen right now as well. Now, this you need to pay attention to. When I share my screen, I click full screen, it's going to take about 10 to 15 seconds for a security pop-up to pop up. So a security pop-up is going to pop up in about 10 to 15 seconds. So we'll wait for it. And what this means is you should start your webinars between 5 and 10 minutes before the actual webinar start date. The reason being that you want to make sure that this obviously is all running as it should. Now, it might be my internet connection that I'm on because I've been having some internet issues, but the security setting, it says it's a blue security setting. It should have popped up by now. So I'm just going to check. Oh, there it is. All right, security warning has popped up. Now, I'm on a super slow connection, unfortunately, because I'm in New Zealand. So for me, it takes a while, but for you, it should take, it should be almost instant. Click run. And then it's going to start sharing our screen. Now you can see by the blue around my desktop now, blue around my thing that I'm sharing my screen. All right, this blue here, it shows that I'm sharing my screen. I'll also be able to see a preview here of my screen being shared. So you can see that here, you can see a preview. So if I scroll to different pages, if I go to different places, you'll be able to see this being shared. All right, you'll be able to see this. Now, if people register after you've started your webinar, they will not be able to get on. We're looking at implementing that. This is a really good question. And this is normal as well. Just click yes. Yes, if people want to go on to the webinar, then they'll have to register early. Cool, no problem, Rebby. This is why we're here, to answer questions. Now, when we do that, yes, the recording has started. See this up here, how it says, it has in brackets, it says recording, and that means the recording has started. Now, lower, you can send out the registration or the join link 2 hours, then 1 hour, then 30 minutes before the webinar. Here's the problem, though. People will actually be on the webinar before the webinar starts, and that can cause issues with scheduling. It can cause a few issues. That's why we took it off. We did originally have the join link included. What we need to do is we actually need to have a coming soon page. Webinar is starting in with the timer. And we're going to be adding that in very soon. We're going to be adding that in. It's one of the things the developer's working on. It's not available right now, but it will be available very soon. Does the upload presentation show on viewer's screen? No, it doesn't. It won't. The viewer will not see upload presentation, or they shouldn't. If they do, they shouldn't. They should just see this. So the blue light is for the screen share, not recording. Yes, it's for screen share. Did you say that no one can join after the webinar starts? John, they can join the webinar. They just can't register for it. People need to be registered before the webinar has begun. If people are registering 20 minutes into the webinar, then jumping on, they won't be able to do that. They won't get a join link because the join link is only sent out when the webinar begins. And Denise, I apologize. I'm a New Zealander. New Zealand is one of the fastest speaking countries in the world, unfortunately. So I tend to speak a lot and fast. So I apologize. It's just normal. It's normal here. If you come to New Zealand, you'll see that you'll hear everyone speaks fast. You'll think, wow, Sam's a slow speaker for a New Zealander when you come over here. So they can still join as long as they have the link. Yes, Dan, they can. Yep, you've got it. Now, as you can see, I'm getting a lot of questions, so I'm just answering these. Yes, better to upload image or PDF before sharing. Correct, you're right. All my participants see the list of users as well as all chat comments. Now, that shouldn't be happening, Rebby. They should only see this. They can see all of the comments. There's a private chat function we're adding into this very soon. We're going to have that available very soon. It's not available yet. There will be private chat very soon. It's available on our test server. It's just not available to everyone yet because we've got a few things we're ironing out with it. But yeah, they'll soon be able to just see that. Now, Jerry, yes, it's something that we want to change. It's just not available now. It's not an easy fix. So we do want to have that in future, that people can register and join after a webinar has begun. It's just that right now, it requires a bit of a change in the way we've built the system. So we are going to do it. Yep, 100% it's going to be done. It's just I can't say that it's in there yet because it's not. And while we do want to change it, I'd love to say it'll be changed in a week. It's still one of those things we're working on. Can you add a pointer to the tools? Now, what do you mean pointer? I believe pointer, I don't think you can, no. You can't add a pointer that people can see. Yes, Kevin. Yep. Now we've changed a huge portion of how this runs. It was working on Apple and iPad devices and testing. We launched. There was a change and update, and it meant that we needed to rebuild some of the stuff that we built in. So we have done that. Yes, the developer is updating Backer's board. Who's a member on Backer's board here? Put a 1 in the box if you're a member on Backer's board. If you want to get more updates on everything that's happening and talk directly to the developer, sign up to Backer's board, and I'll get you the link right now. I'll get you the link to actually check out those updates, because we're updating it on a daily basis, and you'll be able to see for yourself the changes, the updates that are being made through this here. So let me just get you the link. I'll send it out to you. It's free to sign up for Backer's board. It's free, entirely free. So feel free to join here. I'll just log into my account, and I'll send you that direct link. All right, so I'll just get you that link and send it out so it can be available to everyone. It's really useful to follow, and we're there on a daily basis communicating through here. It's actually probably quicker to get support or any help from anything by posting it in this forum chat, because you can my developer is in there every day. So far we've had over 1,600 people comment, or 1,600 comments, so you'll be able to see that. Here is the link right here. I'm sending it out into chat right now, and you'll be able to see it. Now, this is from the discussion. Now, let me get you the direct link. Sorry, I just sent you out one person's direct link. Let me get you the discussion link. All right, run a webinar question and answers. Okay, here it is here. So I'm just sending this out to you now. Here it is. Here's the link. So sign up for the board. You can follow the discussion on here, and you'll be able to keep up with what's going on. Now, there's no way to delete ended webinars for now. We will look at adding that in future. Please post it in Run a Webinar's comment thread, because we'll put that into the suggestions part and make sure we add that in future. And Sanjay, yep, I will be able to provide a replay of this webinar. Not a transcript, but a replay. Cool. Let me get you this. I'll just get you this now. Here it is. Use this. Use this. I've just sent that to all. Now, the reason I didn't use this, the reason I'm using Run a Webinar today, or GoToWebinar today, is so I could actually show you running a webinar. I wanted to make sure I could show you a webinar, and you can't run 2 webinars at once and run a webinar. You can only run 1 webinar at a time. So if I was running a webinar and run a webinar, it would be impossible for me to show you, running a webinar and run a webinar, basically. So that's the reason. James, yes. Now, if you see the webinar screen showing small, if you click on it now, it'll actually enlarge it. So you can actually enlarge the replay screen. We are improving the way replays are done. It's a bit difficult because of the way, because of the systems we're using. It can be a little bit difficult, but we are doing that. So yeah, you'll see that that'll be a lot better now. For those that are not able to join in time, is there any way for them to see the replay? If yes, do we have to send them the link manually? Yes, Sanjay, you do. There is a way. The system records the webinar, then you'll have to send them that link manually. Chances are you'll have to send them that link manually, yes. Can you record your Run a Webinar and then present an encore presentations? Presentations? Yes, you can. It can only be done manually, though. It's not going to be automatic, but it can be done manually. Is this a replay? Content is the same as the last two webinars. Yes. Selwyn, I'm going over this again. It's not a replay, but it's a covering similar content to make sure these questions are answered. And yeah. Cool. All right, cool. So that's answered some questions. Now let me go through some other bits and pieces today. Now, what will be useful for me to cover? I want to cover some strategies on how to actually get people onto your webinars. Put a 1 in the box if that would be useful today, if that would be more useful than actually how to present a webinar. All right, cool. So first of all, and I'm seeing a number of ones coming in, as you can see here. So I'm just going to log off this webinar here, this Run a Webinar, and I'll finish and complete the demonstration today. I'm going to log off. So once you finish your webinar, log off. And then what's going to happen is that it'll close down, and it's going to send you to the sales page or the log out page that you had. So for me, it's sending me to the Run a Webinar sales page. You'll see now the only way to purchase Run a Webinar is through a monthly or yearly cost. No one can purchase Run a Webinar now for a one-off cost. We're not going to have it running for a one-off cost until next year, where we may do a special when we add a few more features in. But right now, that's off the market. This year, no one will be able to get access to this for anything other than a monthly or a yearly cost. So let's go back into Run a Webinar, the dashboard, and let's see what happened. So there we are. We've got our webinar up here. To end the webinar, you click End Webinar. You must click End Webinar, because otherwise people will stay on the webinar and they'll not log off. So click End Webinar. That'll finish the webinar. The webinar is now finished. It's going to be sent down to the bottom, and the replay will now start converting. All right, so that starts converting the replay. It starts also giving us the ability to see statistics, and we've got our recording here. So we can now go in here in about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, the recording will pop up here. It's working now. It wasn't working before. Now it is, and you'll see it here. Now, to keep in touch with what's happening, the updates, the upgrades, or anything we're working on, please follow the log here. This link right here in your members area will give you what updates we're working on right now, which fixes we've found that we're working on. And then you've got statistics here where you can actually download your registrants, download a CSV, and any other information that you might need. Now, in terms of, we'll go back to dashboard. Now, in terms of this, that's basically it. We've got training here. We've got support if you need support, and that's it. Now, in order to get people onto your webinar, you need to create a registration. So first of all, create a registration. You've got a registration page. Create a registration page similar to this, so people can actually register on the page. Now, and the main ways that people get people on their webinars is sending emails. So if you don't yet have an email subscriber list, it's more difficult to get people onto your webinar. Does anyone actually have an email subscriber list here? Put a 1 in the box if you do. And sorry, I just realized I'm not sharing the screen. I'm sharing the screen now. Cool, it's fixed. Sorry about that. Cool, I'm back. So, if you've got a list, it's going to be a lot easier. All you need to do is write up an email and send an email out to your list with this registration link and encourage people to register. That is the easiest, the best way to get people on board. Now, if you don't yet have a subscriber list, it becomes a little bit more difficult because you need to get the word out to people. So the reason you're running webinars, chances are, is probably to make money. So if you're running webinars to make money, you need to get people exposed to your ideas and get them on your webinar. So how do you do that? You need to become more well-known. So first of all, one of the key ways to do that is creating a digital product. If you can create a digital product, you'll be able to get people onto your webinars because you'll have customers. 90% or 99% of the people that send you emails right now into your email inbox have products. Now, the way that you've probably found out about them is because they've sold you products. Am I wrong? Put a 1 in the box if you get emails on a daily basis from people who have sold you products. Hundreds. Exactly. And how do they get people on their webinars? They get them on because they've sold products to them in the past. So if you want to be successful, if you want to have the most success with your webinars, you need to start selling products. You can start selling products outside of your webinars, all right? Start selling products outside of your webinars. Use Warrior Forum to sell products. Use JVZoo to sell products. Create your own product. If you don't yet have a product to sell, put a 1 in the box if you don't yet have a product to sell. If you don't yet have a product to sell, then create a product. All right, create a product. To start the ball rolling, a good question. To start the ball rolling, the best place to start is by developing a skill that's useful to other people. I tell this to everyone, and this is what I'm going through in the 60-day course. Develop a skill that's useful for people. All right, so in order to make money online, you need to sell a product or a service. There's no other way to make money. Develop a skill that will be useful to people. It could be video. It could be in video creation, video marketing. It could be, design. It could be anything. Learn a skill that'll get you to the stage where you can actually teach that skill to people and create a product doing it. I've taught this to Josh Rada, a friend of mine who he's made over $1 million online since I taught this to him. He was a teacher at the time. Now he's made over $1 million in this last year. The reason that he was able to get the ball rolling is he went to Udemy and he developed a skill. He learned how to do video marketing really well, and he developed a video marketing product. So create or learn, and it's going to take some time, learn a skill. Learn a skill like video marketing, and you'll be able to do that. The other way to do that is buy white label products. Who right now has white label products? Put a 1 in the box if you have white label products. Cool. White label products are a great opportunity. White label products are probably one of the best opportunities. A lot of the money that I make is through white label products. Over 50% of the money that I bring in is as a result of white labeling products. How does that happen? It's because I take a product of someone else's, I'll either purchase it, make an offer, something like that, and I'll start using that to build my list more. All right, so here's how I build my list more. If I have no list whatsoever, and I want to start building a subscriber list, I'll first of all go across to, and I'll actually develop a product that I can sell. So, or give away that generates leads. So here's how I got started online. Here's exactly what I did. I'll just go across and I'll just make sure that I'm showing you the right thing here. One moment. Okay, let me show you. All right, my internet's a bit slow. It's choking a little bit, so I'm just going to show you this here. Now, if you're anywhere but New Zealand, you're in a good position to make money online because you'll be able to get internet. Let me just do this. Well, it's typing the wrong thing. Why is it doing that? 1 second. All right, there it is. Okay, let me give you this guide because this is how I first generated my first 3,000 leads. Yeah, Denise, I don't usually live here in New Zealand. I love New Zealand. It's a great place. I just wish the internet was a bit faster. All right, so this is what I did. I developed a product. I created a product that was a small guide, and I actually started giving it away. I thought if I gave enough of these away, I'll get known and people will want to actually go ahead and buy from me. And sell when you're right. Yep, it's just Wellington. Auckland is fast internet. Most places are fast internet. Wellington and the South Island aren't that great. So 3,000 leads in 30 days. This is a product that I developed. Now, I want you to go and I want you to register for this because it actually goes through the strategy with you. I used Warrior Forum and a few forums, a few blogs to actually get the word out, and I started generating leads. Within my first 30 days of actually mailing out a guide, putting it in forums, putting it all around the web where I could, I was able to generate over 3,000 leads. The next month, I created a product to sell to those leads, and I made $3,000. All right. The reason that I made $3,000 is I generated 3,000 leads. They say that one lead in your list equals $1 per month. So I was able to then sell $3,000 worth of product that next month as a result of doing that. I sold it to my subscriber list, plus I generated more because people were actually talking about my product. So I'll put this link in chat, 3030days.com. And this will teach you a strategy. There it is. It's in chat right now, so you'll be able to see it. And I used Warrior Forum. I used the private forum for it, and then I went from there. I used affiliates. Right, affiliates are people that sell your products for you. If you've got a product that you want to sell, you can go ahead and sell those products to affiliate, or affiliates will actually promote your product if it's a good enough product. So if you can develop a product, and that's the first step, develop a product. If you can get affiliates to promote it, that means that you'll get a lot more traction. And most people, when they first start online, develop a product, and that's how they break through, by getting other people to promote their product. People like me, for example. If I really like your product and it's good for my subscribers, then I'll promote it. Obviously, I'll promote it because it's going to be good. It's going to make me look good. It'll be a good offer. So that's how this works. Create a product. Start with creating a product. Then after that, it's just about getting that product out there. And there's many ways of doing that. When you start generating leads, it becomes really easy to sell white label products because you've got a subscriber list. It becomes easy to develop new products because you have a subscriber list you can sell to, and it's really easy. But without a list, if you're not known, if you don't yet have a subscriber list, it's very difficult. So develop a subscriber list whatever way you can. Give away products, create products. Create products to sell for $7 if you have to, giving a ridiculous value away, teaching people skills in order to get started online. Put a 1 in the box right now if you think you've got a skill that you could sell online. And put a 2 in the box if you're unskilled and you don't have a skill to sell. Now, if you do have skills, cool. I'm getting a ton of 1s. What's stopping you from creating a product? What is stopping you right now? Because I'm seeing that most people have skills that they could sell online. What's stopping you? Why haven't you yet created a product if you haven't yet created a product? Richard's saying the steps. Cool. Is that how everyone's feeling? Packaging it? Andrew's saying packaging it. Yep, packaging can be difficult. I have a product and a sales funnel. Cool. Jeff, you're a head start. What's now you need to do is start selling it. I focus too much on other things, Gerard's saying. Wanting to be perfect. I'm not sure what to do. I'm creating a 7-week online webinar course. Fantastic, Sunity. That's awesome. Now, okay, so the steps can be difficult, and focus can be difficult. Those two things alone, if you don't have one of them, then it'll fall away. You won't be able to do it very easily. You need focus, you need to be able to focus, and you need to be able to have the steps. Now, it's one of the reasons that we've actually created this 60-day coaching program for that very reason, because, and I decided to do this just a couple of days ago. I actually met someone in where I work. I work at a shared office space here at the dojo. It's called the Biz Dojo here in Wellington, and it's the only place in Wellington that has fast internet. Unfortunately, it was booked out today, so I couldn't get a private meeting room to run the webinar. But I met someone, and he was saying the same thing. He had created a product, but he didn't have the steps, and he lacked the focus because he didn't have that direction. There's so much going on online, so many distractions, that it's really easy to fall off course. And that's one of the biggest challenges when getting online. And you're your worst enemy when it comes to that stuff, because you'll be focusing on something, then suddenly you'll be focusing on something else because something else caught your attention. It happens to everyone. So this is what we're going to do, and this is for those of you who want to do this. And if you don't want to do this, then I have another something else that I want to show you as well that'll help you anyway, because there's a really good way of doing this. Now, what we're doing is we're basically doing, and this is probably the easiest way to do this, because it is a long process. It's not an easy process for everyone. it's not an easy process for anyone. There's no one I know that's got into online marketing, started selling products, and found it easy. It's not an easy process at all. It takes time. So what we're doing is, my wife and I, we've basically been chunking down what's been working now. We've taught a number of people to become successful. We've got a friend of ours recently who we took through this process, and within 30 days, he was selling his first product online. He did a $20,000 launch, which is great. And now he's making between $1,500 and $2,000 per week. And this is we're probably about a year on now. It's been about a year, and he's doing about $1,000 to $1,500. He started doing that it took about 60 days for him to really start generating a list. He was able to generate a list of about 6,000 buyers within about 60 days, which is really good. And then from there, he's just been building it ever since. Now, he's not running the business too hard. He does quite a bit of holidaying, but he makes, $1,000 to $1,500 a week. If you were able to do that, even within 1 year from now, be generating $1,500 a week, $1,000 to $1,500 a week, put a 1 in the box if that would be worth it. Now, it would be worth it. My first year online, I didn't make a cent. I went into offline marketing, which was really valuable in itself, and I made a lot of money in offline marketing, which was great, and it helped me get clarity. But when I came back online, it took 6 weeks for me to make that first $3,000. And then after that, the next month, after I'd made that $3,000, after being online for 60 days trying to work on this thing, I was able to generate $10,000 the next month. So, depending on, how much you're able to put into this business, you'll be able to do really well. So this 60-day coaching program, what's going to be included in it? Number one, every single day, you're going to receive a video and a document, a video and a document. So you'll get an email from me, and I'll be sending you an email every single day, basically. Every single day you'll receive an email from me. And please don't unsubscribe, because it'll be full content. There's no offers, nothing like that. There'll be no special offers or anything like that included with it. It's just every day you're going to receive an email from me with details. You're going to receive access to the premium membership of Backers Board, where we have premium discussions. I've got a bunch of additional information if you want extra reading, extra help or support. You'll be able to ask any questions inside of that premium members area. You'll also get access to a 60-day coaching program members area as well, which is just specifically for people who are doing this to connect with each other. And you're also going to get on top of that a number of softwares to help you through the process. Now, we will have a page builder that will be available very soon. It's not available yet. So there's going to be a couple of things that I recommend you getting, but we'll be able to help you out with that as well. So there's a few things you need. You need an email autoresponder. And this is being totally upfront. You can't start this, and you shouldn't even be in this business if you don't have an email autoresponder. You need Aweber, you need GetResponse, some sort of autoresponder to capture leads. You need that. You need to start. So don't get this if you don't have one of those. You need some sort of page builder. All right, 100% you need a page builder. It could be a WordPress page builder. It could be Optimized Press. It could be ClickFunnels. We'll actually give you one if you don't have one. It's not as good yet because we're still working on it. But if you absolutely need something, then we'll be able to provide that to you. Now, you'll need hosting. You need HostGator. You need some sort of hosting account. We can't provide that to you. So you need some sort of hosting account. Now, it helps to have a shopping cart like ThriveCart or Thrive Themes. Thrive Themes will be fine as a page builder as well. You'll also need a hosting account. You'll need a domain. Okay, you're going to need a domain. We're going to ask you to purchase a domain. These things you need, all right? So that's all you need. Everything else we will be able to help you with. We're going to show you how to do this with free traffic, so you're not going to need paid traffic to do it. You can do it with paid traffic. We will show you some stuff about paid traffic, but overall you're not going to need paid traffic. Now, this package is going to be available, and it's going to start to become available next month. All right, next month. We're going to start sending out the first bits of information, and we're going to have it done in 2 parts. So basically, next month, we're going to start this course. It'll be about on the 15th, so you're going to have 2 weeks to prepare for it. And then we're going to be also you'll also be invited to a second one. So because this is our first time doing it, there's still some things that are new for us. There's still some things we're working out, and we're going to learn a lot from this process. So when you get access today to this first 60 days coaching, we're doing it twice. So you're guaranteed to be allowed on the first one, and you'll be allowed to go through the second one as well. So if there's anything you want to ask us, it's not, you're still invited for another 60 days after that first 60 days, because this is the first time we're doing it. Because this is the first time we're doing it as well, it's not going to be a crazy cost. It's going to be $197, and we will be this will be $497 after this first time doing it. So, you're saving a bit of money from getting in early, plus you'll be in first before anyone else. Now, does this sound interesting to anyone? Put a 1 in the box if that does. We only want 20 people to start this first course with us. We don't want any more than that. The reason that we want to work closely with people, because when we do this another time, when we actually launch this officially, we're expecting around about a few hundred people to come in. And if we don't have this down, first time, if we haven't worked this out, if it's not working as it should, we want to make sure that when we do this, it's working 100%, and that we can handle a few hundred people. So if we can handle 20, we can make sure we can, pay attention to 20, make sure that 20 people become really successful with this. We use that as case studies. After 60 days, get, you to the stage where you're making money, then that'll really help. So if you are interested in that, put a 1 in the box. I'm seeing a number of 1s coming in already, probably more than 20. And I'm going to have it available to get access to today through PayPal. Now, the completely money back guarantee, there's, 60 days money back guarantee. Let us know if you don't want, if this isn't useful for you after 60 days. We're going to do our best to give you clear information on a daily basis. It's not an easy thing to do, but we're going to be really careful to give you just enough on a daily basis, just enough steps to walk you through exactly what you should be doing on a daily basis. We ask as well of a few things. We ask that you don't get distracted on other products. That's the first thing. Don't get distracted, get caught up doing other things. Just focus on this. Give us 60 days of your time. And we're going to walk you through exactly what you need, everything you need to do in order to become successful online. And this is 100% what we do. So, and it's 100% what we've taught people $10 per week online. So we're going to be showing you exactly what happens. We just ask for your agreement that, when you're doing this, that you make sure that you don't get distracted. That's the biggest thing. So, let me go ahead now. I'm just going to give you an option to get access to this right now. And if there's any more questions that you have that you'd like to ask relating to this, let me know. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll give you the link to get access to this, and we'll take questions and answers after this webinar. So just let me know, and that'll be good. I'll just go ahead and I'll set this up now for you, so you'll be able to get access to this today. And yeah, well, I need to make sure I get your email address as well. So what I'll do is I'll just grab this in JVZoo. Now this is totally last minute. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this is it's where everything went, and it seems like it's what people most need, and we're doing this anyway. So it does make sense to introduce this to you on this webinar. And this is the first time I've introduced this, by the way. So bear with me, my internet's going a bit slow. I'll get you the link to if you do want to get access to this. And the process from here will first of all be us. First of all, identifying you've signed up. I'll send you a personal email. That email will include a questionnaire. We want to learn about you first of all. We want to learn what you're doing, what you've been doing, what you've got, what page builder you're using, what autoresponder you're using. All of that information we need up front, so we can first of all identify what it is that you're doing, so we can help you a bit better, and that'll help as well. So I'll just get this prepared, and yes, you'll get to be our testimonials only if you want to be. But after that 60 days, we're hoping that a large percentage of people, I can't obviously say that everyone will be successful with it. It depends how much work you're willing to put in. And it will take, on average per day, we recommend, 30 minutes if you do it really quick, but just to be safe, an hour a day. And if you want to take it further, you can do that as well. We've got additional resources. We've got extra resources to help you, but we understand that most people are doing this, part-time. And you can build it part-time. You can build it on an hour a day, but the hour that you spend needs to be really focused, all right? It needs to be focused, and you need to achieve certain goals. So we chunked it up really well. We've chunked it up really well. We'll be there to help you as well. But we just ask as you're going through this to do this. Now, the other thing is be patient. Be really patient. Some of the stuff that we'll be teaching you is going to be really new, and you may need to put a bit of extra time into certain skills. And that's okay. This is the first time us doing this, so it's really important we get that feedback. That if you're finding something quite hard, let us know so we can help you with it, and we can then make changes. So in future we give a bit more time for that certain task. a post from a bit more. That'll really help. Now, if you do have a day job, day job is fine. You can do this part-time. Most people get started in this business with a day job. There's people that I still work with, people that make over $100,000, people that have made over $1 million actually within a year online that still have their day job. Some of them actually really enjoy their day job, and that's why they haven't quit. And I know these people. You probably are on the subscriber lists of some of these people that still work a day job. So yes, you can definitely do this business even though you have a day job. If you don't have a job right now, this will be something that you can really dedicate some good time to, and that can really help. So that can also help as well. Cool. I'm just answering these questions. Can it be an existing product that we prepared to launch? Yes. Even better, if you have a product already, let us know and we'll be able to send you a few more bits in advance. So you don't have to be limited to, every day you're going to get more information, but you don't have to be limited to following the steps that we give you. So say, for example, if you're on day 5 and you're ready for day 10, then you don't need to be limited. Just let us know, and we'll actually send you whatever days that you need in order to get the information you need. So there's no limits on how fast or slow you want to do this. You've got 60 days. That's what we give you, 60 days. And we'll be running webinars every week to get feedback and get information from you. 60 days, and that will that's all we are, 60 days. But if you want to learn this faster, just let us know and we'll be able to give you more information in advance. All right, now I'll just give you this. Now I'm almost done here. Next question. And by the way, the process once you sign up for this is going to be you'll go to the same page that you signed up on, and you'll get a personal email from me. It's going to come through in probably about half an hour after getting access to this. You'll get a personal email from me, and make sure that you enter in your correct email address. So when you're going through JVZoo, make sure you enter in the correct email address. The reason for that is to make sure that obviously so I've got your correct email address in there. All right, so in about 2 minutes time, I'll introduce you to this link, and if you do want to get in, this will you'll be able to join here. Now, be aware that we're going to sign you up for everything right away. I'm going to give you some guides to get started on, and we'll start this mid next month. All right, it's going to start middle of next month. We're going to start this program. Okay, so it's 2 weeks away, 2 weeks to prepare, 2 weeks to get ready. I'm going to give you some homework to start on right away. Not homework, but you get the point. You get the point. It's some stuff that you can prepare in advance that'll really help you when you get started. And it's specific to building an info product. If you're looking for Shopify information, this isn't it. I'm only interested in helping you to sell a product online and build a list. I'm going to show you how to sell a product online, launch your own products, how to get traffic, and also on top of that, most importantly, how to build a subscriber list. So you've got a group of followers who can follow your information, want to purchase your products, want to actually continue working with you. That's the main point of this, to give you a start, to give you a customer base that you can email promotions to if you want to, and go for it. And I do recommend, if you are starting in the online marketing niche. The reason that I say that is it's what we are most familiar with. So most of this content will be targeted towards starting in the online marketing niche. So you will be able to do it if you're in a different niche, but it's recommended that if you want to do this, that it's in the online marketing niche, because that gives us the best chance of helping you to succeed. And that's the reason we've done it. So obviously this is something that we've been working on now for a while. I wasn't planning on introducing it on this webinar, but after reading what most of you want the most, it seems really quite relevant, and there's a lot that I can help you with right now through this system that'll probably help you a lot better than what I'd be able to do any other way. So the place to get access to this, and I'll send you the link in just a moment. It's there. I'm just making sure that it loads up. Now, this won't work for offline marketing either. Now, it will give you some skills in offline marketing. It will help you in some ways in offline marketing, but this is mainly if you want to build your own digital marketing product. All right. If you want to be in the digital marketing niche, you want to sell your own products, then this is going to be really good. Software, this will be really good. It's going to show you how to do the software, all of that stuff. That'll be really good. So if you want to get access, put a 1 in the box. It's going to be $197, one off $197. That's it. 30-day money back guarantee, or 60-day money back guarantee, not 30, 60. It's a 60-day course, so 60-day. And you'll be able to get access to this through this address right here. All right, so there it is. There's 20 spots. I've limited to 20. I've put in JVZoo that to limit it, cut off the spots at 20. We can only handle 20 people. We can handle more, but I don't want to handle more. The reason I don't want to handle more is that if we handle more, it means that we won't be able to work with you as closely, and we want to work with you if you're getting in here, if you really want to do this, we want to work with you as closely as possible. So it helps us refine what we're doing. So when we next launch this officially, because we are going to be launching this officially to the public, it's going to be launching officially in May, mid-May. We want to make sure that that's going to be available. So once you've got in, you'll just put an I'm in the box. Let me know you've come in. You'll see basically what you're going to see is you'll just see this here. It's a really probably the ugliest looking sales page you've ever seen in your life. As you can see, this is not scripted or anything like that. This is something that I think will be useful, and if you want to get in, you'll be able to. There will be another opportunity later on to get access to it at $497. If you do want to wait, you can do that. If you don't want to wait and you want to get registered for this twice, because you'll get the first one, then you'll get the one after that, then you'll be able to do that. And welcome to those coming in. I'm seeing a few IONs coming in. Fantastic, Ashish. Welcome. Again, this is starting. It's going to start in 2 weeks, but I'm going to send you today. I've got an email written up already. I'm going to be sending that off to you. It's got a bunch of resources to help you. You'll get premium access to Backers Board for 60 days, all right, after the time that we start this. So premium access, founders membership for 60 days after we start this, and you actually get access to a specific 60-day coaching program side of it inside of there as well. Now, Denise is in. Fantastic. Welcome, Denise. Denise, now, Ashish, if we don't fill the spots today, then yes, it'll be available until those spots are filled. So whether it's today or tomorrow that'll be filled, I expect they'll be filled right away. Usually with these the beta programs, when we're first starting them, they get filled right away because there's limited spaces, and we always are really quite engaged and working with people. So, you're going to have to set aside some time for us. And Ed, welcome. Dale, welcome. Fantastic. Awesome. Good to see you on board as well. Fantastic. And look out for that email. I've got your emails here. I'm just going to make sure and confirm that you've come in, and I'm just going to load up this on my screen so I know for sure that you've come in. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people have come in so far. Fantastic. So 12 more spots left. And Ed Walker's in. Fantastic. Len, looking forward to connecting with you in there. Awesome. Cool. Richard, awesome. Good to have you on board as well. And James, yeah, the confirmation email, it's and welcome first of all, James. The confirmation email is going to be sending you to a random place. It'll be sending you to Network Quake. That's the first course that I ever created. It has expired, yes. I apologize for that. It's just the list. I just picked a random list. So that will send you to a random place. But look out for the personal email from me. That's the big thing. Thomas, John, welcome, fantastic. Another Kiwi, good to have another New Zealander in the pack. Fantastic. Cool. And Dale, yes, I'll be covering the white label program. Now, selling white label will be covered in the 60-day package, but on from that, it'll be probably it's next week, early next week. We'll have that white label webinar for Run a Webinar, and you'll get an email about that. Cool. Dale, I'll just double check. Yes, Dale, let me check that 100%. And Dale, yep, I have you in here. Yes, I have your email. Perfect. Congratulations and welcome. Cool, Cheryl. The best way to generate leads is actually selling products yourself. You sell the products, you generate the leads, and then after that, you've got a bunch of leads or a group of leads or subscribers that you can email to. That's the core of what we're going to be going through. Then after that, generating traffic, there's multiple different options. You've got other affiliates who can promote your products. You've got Facebook ads. You've got YouTube. You've got different ad networks. You can rank in Google if you really want to, but that's minor compared to the amount of traffic you can get from affiliates if you're selling your own products, and also blogs, people publishing your content. There's a lot that you can do, and I'll be covering most of it. The first primary thing for us, though, will be getting you your own subscriber list. First, generating a product, creating a product, finding a product you can sell, and then from there, going out, generating your own subscriber list. Because once you have customers, once you have people on your subscriber list, you can sell whatever products you create in future. It's really, really easy to do. Cool. Bradley, email me once you've got access. Right now, from what I can see, we've got still 11 spots left, and those I expect will close up before tomorrow night. But yeah. Cool. And John, for agency and white label run a webinar, we'll be covering those next week. You'll be getting an email from me. It'll be probably most likely Wednesday, Thursday next week. I'm about to head back home to home very soon, away from New Zealand to Russia. So you'll hear from me. You'll get links very soon. I'm just making sure I've confirmed my flights, just so I know that I'll be able to make those webinars, and those will be happening from Russia. Cool. Darren, you'll want to use your best email address. No, Michael, this is not for physical products. This is only for digital products. About Run a Webinar, do you host a Run a Webinar, or do we host a Run a Webinar? We host Run a Webinar. It's hosted in the cloud on our server. Thanks, Ed. Now, Ashish, white label and agency, they're completely separate. The white label version of Run a Webinar was, when it was selling, it was really, really cheap. It was underpriced. This software, we wanted to make sure it was limited. We didn't want, it's only 1,000 people having white label rights to it. So we couldn't add it in with agency. It just wouldn't make sense. It cost us about $80,000 to develop. A lot of money in total. It's taken a year of time. So for us, it's a big project, and it's one that we invested a lot into. So we need to make sure that it's something we can continue to work with in future. And we wanted to limit white label rights, so we didn't flood the market with it. So we had an opportunity to keep selling it as well. Car, yep, I'll have this webinar online. Now, is there any questions relating to Run a Webinar or anything that I haven't covered on this webinar today that you'd like me to address? Now, I saw someone's question about PayPal boxes. Can you describe what a PayPal box is and what the use of it is? Cool. With Run a Webinar, can just share the join link with someone manually without them having to register for the webinar? Yes, you can. You can get a join link yourself and just give them a join link to jump on. When we charge on the webinar, can we charge at the end of the webinar on Run a Webinar? No, right now it's the start, not at the end. We would like to add in a way to pop up buttons, but right now we can't do that. Yeah. Run a Webinar evergreen with PayPal. We don't yet have it evergreen. We would love to be able to have it evergreen. That would be great. But again, it's about 6 months away. It's something we are looking at adding in, and but it's going to take a long time. These types of softwares are really quite complicated. It's not an easy thing to do. So we are planning on doing that in future, but we need to make sure we've got the live component done 100% really stable at the moment. So we're working really hard to make sure that we can move on to evergreen webinars after we've got this 100%. There's still a few things we want to make sure we work on and add into the Run a Webinar main component though. Cool, John, next week's webinars will all be through Run a Webinar. I'll be hosting them all through Run a Webinar. Yep, and I'll be emailing out those white label Run a Webinar links, and those white label webinars will be through Run a Webinar. So there you are. I put in 2 tickets on issues, but I only got one message saying that it was being looked at shortly. How long do I wait to response? Now, it should be 24 hours that you always receive a response, Gord, but if you ever, and this goes for anyone else, if you don't receive a response to something, all right, if you don't receive a response to something, please post in the forum, and we will make sure that you get a response inside of there. So the forum is there for that reason. So please post in it. If you're not happy about something happens, please post in the forum. Can you have clickable links in the chat? Not right now. We would like to do that in the future, but we can't do it right now. Will mobile traffic be targeted? Michael, in the 60-day guide, 60-day walkthrough system, coaching program, yes, it will be covered. We will be targeting mobile. It will be one of the later sessions on one of the later days, but it will be covered. Do you have the ability to remote control another computer using Run a Webinar? Or is that in the plans? Now, Dale, good question. We don't yet have that ability, and it is on the list. It's something that is in the far future, though. It's not anything that we can do easily right now, but in future, we would like to do that feature. Denise, yep, if there's anything you didn't follow today, there will be a recording available for you. Pamela, the reason I didn't use Run a Webinar for this webinar is so I could show you how to run a webinar with Run a Webinar. If I hadn't have used Run a Webinar to run the webinar, or if I had have used Run a Webinar to run the webinar, I wouldn't have been able to start a new Run a Webinar and show you how to run a webinar starting the new Run a Webinar, if that makes sense. So can we post the join link right on FB or somewhere else? Yes, you can. People will sign up for the same name, but yeah, you can do that. Serenity, the only way to get the join link is through registering. So you'd have to register yourself, then get a join link, and you can send that join link out to as many people as you want. Leonard, yep, we want to redo the UI. We do. It's on the plans. I have got a new UI for the live webinars that we're running with, and that's on the plans. It will be implemented at some point in the near future. When I share the screen, the replay shows the shared screen as a small portion in the bottom right of the replay. How can I make the entire screen shared? Now, basically what happens is when we record run a webinar, we've got share screen that we're recording, we've got webcam we're recording, and we've got audio we're recording, and we're recording the slide presentation. Now, right now in the current replay system, we show 3 different recordings: the webcam recording, the webinar recording, and the shared screen recording. So what you need to do is when you're running a webinar, click on the shared screen recording, and that will enlarge it. There's an expand button in there. It should be in the training. When you go through the training, look at the webinar replay system, and there's a button in there that you can enlarge the replay screen with. John, for next week's webinars, I'll be sending you out information. Darren, thank you for getting access to the 60-day coaching program. Now, that webinar, that link you've got, don't worry about it, disregard it, don't worry about it. I'll be emailing you personally very soon with all of the details very soon on that. White label and PLR are the same. White label is a bit different to private label rights. With white label, you can change the branding, you can sell it, but you can only sell it at a certain price. With PLR, it's a bit different, but I don't really understand the difference much. They seem the same to me. Len, we've got 10 templates added in. We've got 4 more to add in. So 10 of them are added, 4 more to go. And you should see them all in your account now, with the extra 4 being added in soon. What does the white label have to do with Run a Webinar over the lifetime Run a Webinar? What does I think I understand, Richard. It'll include all the updates. So you'll get all the updates and you'll be able to sell it as you want. Yes, Kurt, you can post that join link wherever you want. Yep. And Facebook if you want to, yeah. Gord, hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's free, okay? You can get access to Run a Webinar for free. Backers board for free. You can't get access. Run a Webinar is not being sold for free. backers board, you can get access to it for free. Now, you won't get full access, but you can get access to the forum part to post messages. So let me just show you where to go to do that. And I encourage anyone to sign up for Backers Board. We are going to make it paid after mid-May. It's going to be paid. The whole thing's going to be paid. Right now, it's free, though. You can actually sign up, get lifetime access to the basic part of it for free, and you'll continue to get access to that as well. So here it is here. I just sent it to you directly, Gord. And for anyone else, this is the link, and you'll be able to sign up. Now, this is where you sign up. Let me show you where you sign up. So we go here. Hi, my name's Sam Backer, and I'm excited. And then you need to go down to here. See this? See this right here? Claim free account. All right, click on this and you'll be able to sign up for free. If you want to get premium access, you can sign up here for $97 per year or $27 per year per month. But this is where the free sign up is. I'm looking back as board for an update on the mobile. I believe it is, but just checking that board because I know that the developer updated it really so recently. Is it still possible to upgrade to the Run a Webinar that permits multiple hosts? No, it's been taken off, but give me an email, Jan. You've already got Run a Webinar, so if you email me, I'll get you a way to get access to it. If I had 100 people in the webinar, can I see all of the webcams? Bobby, no, you can't. No, you can. They can only see yours. But you can't see theirs. Will the replays always be available under our purchase through JVZoo? Yes, they will be. How long are recordings saved? They're saved forever if you got the upgrade. Otherwise, they're saved for 1 week. How to change the background image on the templates. We're looking at adding more customization options. I don't think you can at the moment, but we will have an option to do that in future. Now, the emphasis of the coaching program, the 60-day coaching program, is going to be on selling digital products online. It's not going to be on offline marketing. It's going to be how to get people into your subscriber list and then how to sell digital products online and recommend affiliate products. No, there's no limit to people that can attend. I don't think the market will ever get saturated, Pamela. It'd be very difficult. The only threat is really if the economy collapses. That's probably the more concerning thing. Now, if you've got access to Run a Webinar Lifetime and you've purchased Pro features as well, you'll be able to sell Pro features to Run a Webinar. And now 2 more questions. And if you don't get an answer, I'll answer them in the forum after this webinar. Now, can we run a webinar using pre-recorded webinar videos? No, you can't. Unless you do it, unless you record your screen while the video is playing and you have your microphone into a speaker. If I have 100 participants, can I enable all their microphones audio to chat to the study group? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. For the audio, yes, Serenity, you can have everyone talking if you want to. Lifetime Run a Webinar recording saved. Now, saved 1 week, Richard. If you only got the front end, if you got the OTO1 Pro, they'll be saved for life. And yep, Backers Board is free for a limited time. And Ed, don't worry about the network quake. You'll get an email from me, personal email from me very soon. And Dale, no, we don't have any Run a Webinar evergreen features yet, but we will at some point in future. hopefully, but it's not going to be in the near future. All right, now I've just reactivated these. So I'm getting quite a few people that want to get the upgrades. If you do want to get the upgrades, they are available, but they won't be available after the next 2 days. After this replay goes out, they're not going to be available. So these are them here. Upgrade 1, runawebinar.net/upgrade 2, runawebinar.net/upgrade 3. There you are. So I've reactivated those. You can get access to those. There they are. They should now work, and you'll be able to do that. Awesome. Thanks, Thomas. Cool. Denise, yes, you'll have lifetime free membership. You'll get free membership for life on Backers Board if you sign up today. Now, the premium membership, you won't get that. That's different. But you will get the basic access for life. Yes, you'll always be able to talk in the forum. Brian, I use a Russian company to get the branding on my clothes. It's a bit different. It's a very good quality clothing though. I can't pronounce their name. They're in the mall in Kazan. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you today with this link to the forum. Now, if you do have any more questions, please message me in this forum and I will answer them. Me or the developer will chime in and answer. This is the link right here. Make sure you're able to sign up and please post in there if you have any more questions. If there was any questions I couldn't get to today, I apologize. We've run over time already, but I want to make sure I answer those questions. So if you can, either email support, sambackersupport.com, or please post in the forum and I'll be able to help you as well. Yep, the developer will still allow subscriptions. Yep, very soon. Now, right now, the discount is added. But because you've got access to Backers Board, because you've got access to the 60-day coaching program, you're getting premium access for 60 days. So you get it free for 60 days. If you decide you want to stay on, then let me know and I'll send over a link to get that at the regular rate. But you get 60 days free to that because you're in the coaching. And now Backers Board is different from the coaching, but as a coaching member, you're going to be able to get access to the premium account for 60 days. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Was this webinar useful? Put a 1 in the box if it was. If you've learned something today, say yes. Let me know that it helped. Please connect with me in Backers Board. I'm in there right away. I'm about to go down right now and get a coffee and jump right into the Backers Board and send out messages to members, new members of the 60-day coaching program. So first of all, I'll send those messages out. You'll get a message from me within 30 minutes. Then I'm in Backers Board right away. So please post your messages there. And thank you, everyone, for coming on today. I really appreciate it. You appreciate your positive feedback, enthusiasm as well, excitement. I've seen a lot of really positive comments coming in. There are still some final spots for that 60-day coaching program. So if you do want to get access to that, it's socialpostmanager.com/60 days. 60 days, 60 days, sorry. So there it is right there. If you want to get access to that, don't wait around, get access to it. And thank you. I hope this has helped you. And I really appreciate you guys coming on. So thanks again. This is Sam Backer. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.